I thought I would combine 1 and 2 here. We're going to rewrite the expression using radical notation or rational exponent notation. Well, this first one here is in rational exponent notation. You can see that the exponent is rational. It's a fraction, right? Okay, so since it's a fraction, we're going to change it to using radical notation. We're going to say x is inside the radical here. That makes it a radicand. And what is the index on the outside? Well, it's the number on the bottom. It's always the number on the bottom. So I put my number on the bottom out there, and the 5. It's kind of close to the x anyway. You see how the x and the 5 are kind of next to each other. They're kind of buddies. And the 5 stays with the x. Okay? Now, as we have seen it go that way, we're going to go the other way. And you say, this is, if I get rid of the radical notation and I switch to the rational, the fraction exponent notation, the rational, well, I know the 5 is going to stay on top. That's where the 5 goes because it stayed with the y. And the 8 is going to go on the bottom. The number, the index here of the radical, that's the number that goes on the bottom. Now we're actually going to do this, and we're going to say, how do I find, when I have a rational exponent, how do I find this? Well, that's not a problem. The 1, I know there's parentheses here. They do that to see if you're going to get this, but don't really. Let's see. I was going to say we don't really need the parentheses, but we do. Look, there's a negative sign in there. That's going to take the negative sign along with it. So we're going to say negative 243 inside the radical, and the number out on the bottom goes out. So there it is. It's the 5th root. And do I really need to write the 1? Every number has a 1 if you want. If it doesn't have anything else, it has a 1. This 125 down here has a 1. Anyway, I don't think I'll write it, but I mean it. And the 5th root that's odd. So therefore, it's okay for me to have this negative sign. If it were even, I'd just say, well, this is imaginary. But it's not, and I have to think of something that times itself 5 times. And I'm kind of thinking about 3. 3 times 3, that's 9, right? And times 3 times 3, that's another 9. So 9 times 9, that's 81. And then times 3 again, what is that? Well, 3 times 8 is 24, and there's a 3. There it is, it's 3. And it's not just 3, it's negative 3. If I multiply a negative 5 times in a row, that's going to give me a negative, right? Okay, so the answer is negative 3. And then what times itself 3 times is 125, is what I'm saying down here for B. And I think you'll agree with me that negative 5, if I say, again, it's odd. It's an odd index. If I say negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, first I'll get a positive 25. And then I multiply by a negative again. I go back to negative 125. Okay, that's it.